Hi, I'm Brenda from the Avant Garden Shop, and welcome to another episode of The Garden Gate. I'm here with Drew Monkman, local author and naturalist. And Drew, we're going to do some myth busting today. Okay. So I quite often get customers asking certain questions, and one of them right now is about the robins. Why are there so many robins? Don't they go south for the winter?
Well, normally they do go south for the winter, but what's happening this year is there's a great deal of wild food available for them, especially wild grape.
Ah.
And as long as robins can get enough to eat, and it goes for most birds, if they can get enough to eat, they will stay put.
Right.
Cold is not a factor as long as they're well fed, and this year they're feasting on abundant wild grape.
Excellent. Okay. And then speaking of putting your bird feeders out, people say, oh, I've got to wait until it snows before I put my bird feeders out. When do you suggest is a good time?
Well, I always, first of all, I pretty much feed the birds year round, but and there's certainly no problem feeding during the summer either. But I start putting seed on the ground in particular in about mid-September, so as to attract migrating sparrows. White-crowned sparrows, white-throated sparrows, fox sparrows, sometimes eastern towhees, so I scatter millet on the ground. And yes, the squirrels maybe get a little bit of it, but it certainly adds to the diversity of birds coming to the feeder. And it also, I think, to some degree even helps the birds themselves. You know, migration is a energy demanding undertaking, and you know, having just that extra seed. But and again in the spring too, in April, May, scattering seed for these same species as they make their way northward. Right now, I have a lot of juncos coming to the feeder coming to the yard, and mostly eating millet that I scatter
off the ground,
on the ground.
All right. And then what about heated bird baths in the winter? People also ask me, it's like, won't they freeze if they bathe in the heated bird baths in the winter?
I have never heard of the birds freezing. No, they, you know, they will often bathe in any sort of.
Pretty smart, anyway, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, that's not an issue.
And then what about peanut butter? Does it get stuck in their mouths?
It doesn't get stuck in their mouths.
No, it doesn't get stuck in their
no
mouths.
problem.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much again, Drew, for coming and being on the
welcome.
Garden Gate. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
The Garden Gate is brought to you by the Avant Garden Shop, your destination for garden accessories and backyard birding supplies. Sherbrooke Street, downtown Peterborough.